Folks, did you know that we drive on roads? So we're starting out a little slow here. The Philly I-95 had a collapse a couple weeks ago on account of somebody parking a gasoline tanker underneath it and lighting a match. Not good, folks. You shouldn't do that. It's not good. It's not kosher. It's not kosher? Yeah, it's not kosher. That's probably not kosher. Well, I've got good news. Check it. The I-95 is reopening today. In 2 weeks, a huge section of a major a highway, a through line, a transportation network hub has been rebuilt. It's actually insane. No. It's set to reopen. Here, video, go, play, explain the deets. It's actually a huge deal. We can do good infrastructure when we try. We have the ability to do better when we try. Hit the sound.
Which is expected to reopen
sound.
after a tanker truck crashed and burst into flames, collapsing this critical section of I-95 in Philadelphia. A complete transformation. This morning, crews are putting the final touches on a temporary roadway, which is expected to reopen today.
Look at that.
Ahead of the anticipated months-long timeline.
Look, that actually crazy. By the standards of like American infrastructural repair, if any of you live in an American city, then you are aware of at least like 7 roads near you that have had traffic cones around them for like 7 months at minimum. You know, just really quickly getting this up and together. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Genuinely. Yeah, potholes older than you. Yeah, which the Chinese government levels of speed. You know, that's why they call him Beijing Biden. All right, because he's bringing Dengus levels of reinvestment and infrastructural development to the United States. Hold on, I didn't adjust how I would look here with the new with the camera angle change. Beep. Perfect. The stretch of road between my house and my work once had road work on it for over a year. Yeah, I don't want to be one of those guys who says that, like, oh, it's because they're all lazy contract workers. But, like, look, sometimes the delays are for a good reason, and oftentimes it's not. You know, like, oftentimes it's just not. The city doesn't do these repairs and rebuilds. The city asks contractors to do them because the city doesn't maintain a fleet of infrastructure and construction workers 24/7. So, you know, you contract that out to private corps, but all the private corps kind of collude with each other to go like, yeah, you know, maybe it doesn't take a month to fix this. Maybe it takes 2. And then like everyone gets slower and everything costs more and everything sucks because the interests of the state and the interests of the private corporation are not one and the same. The state wants to get this stuff fixed up because the faster it gets fixed up, the easier it is for them to collect taxes because there's more economic throughput in the area. And the corporations want to slow things down because, you know, sometimes they get, you know, paid more depending on how long the job goes, or they can, like, you know, unforeseen consequences, that kind of crap. Either way, I'm just really excited about this. I'm nowhere near Philly. I'm just really happy stuff like this, you know, that we're still capable of it.
We have completed each phase of this project safely and way ahead of schedule.
Beneath the 3 lanes each way is a bed of recycled glass aggregate.
8 million bottles have been turned into this aggregate that we're using in our project.
The environmentally friendly material has been used in projects.
Wow, I have no idea why the video's lagging like that. You want to know why they're using that material? Because if you use a heavy aggregate, like dirt or crushed rock or whatever, it causes resettlement. As in, the weight of the whole structure is so heavy that it compresses the dirt underneath the structure, causing the road to sag. They've used a bunch of, you know, glass, like highly porous, light aggregate because it's strong, because it's water porous, and also because it's light enough that it's not going to crush the dirt underneath and therefore sag the road in the middle. You understand? This is actually one of the like modern, you know, ecologically efficient, like not low cost. It's more expensive than using dirt, but it's a good solution. It's good.
In 20 states, according to Pennsylvania's Secretary of Transportation.
Is there a weight limit for this kind of glass aggregate? Is this safe?
totally safe. There's no limit with respect to the vehicles that will cross that, just as they would any other bridge that we have anywhere in Pennsylvania.
Oh man, I'm even more excited right now. Okay, I know this sounds really dumb and niche because it is, but you're gonna have to give me a second, okay? The materials that are being used here as aggregate underneath the road to support the weight could be used for a lot of stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff in infrastructure where you literally just want, like, a big hunk of something to hold up a structure. People use dirt, people use rock, people use sand, you know, whatever else. We do this all the time for highways, especially highway on-ramps. You know, those big ramps that, like, lead up to the elevated highways. Thousands of tons of dirt hold those things up, and we have to wait a while after placing the dirt because it displaces the ground beneath it because the dirt sags, so on and so on. Anyway, one of the reasons why there's been slower adoption of non-standard filler materials is because people are worried that they're not structurally stable. You know what I mean? It's like people are nervous, like, glass? Really? You're going to use, like, glass to hold it up? Well, yeah, like, mathematically, it's totally fine. Like, it's completely 100% safe. But people, like, intuitively, they don't like it. So if this ends up further popularizing this material, actually a big deal. Not kidding, actually a big deal. In fact, I think Practical Engineering, the YouTube channel, has done a video on, like, these non-standard aggregate fills in which he's talked about how, like, you know, like, adoption can be a bit slow on this because, you know, people, it's because it's glass and people get nervous, you know. But it works, which means that if this collapses again, I'm going to be very mad. So I hope these contractors did a good job.
NASCAR also lending a hand, sending one
Cool.
of its jet dryer cars to help complete the paving process. After traffic returns to the newly paved lanes, crews will begin.
We are running out of glass and sand, though. Yeah, but this is recycled. That's like the ecologically friendly shit. It's like glass bottles go to a recycling plant, and rather than using a ton of energy to, like, melt and reuse them, which barely works and barely happens, it's like, oh well, what if we just, like, took a bunch of crushed glass and, like, certain types of rock and used it? You know, it's a thing. It's a thing.
In constructing a portion of the permanent bridge around it, then divert traffic to those lanes, and finally remove the filler to build.
What about the road that was underneath? That road's gone, bro. You see that road? I don't see that road. That road's gone. That road was not as important as keeping the I-95 up.
Build the main portion of the overpass. The severed roadway that 160,000 vehicles rely on daily, snarling traffic in the area and creating fears of potential supply chain disruptions. And while some drivers are hesitant to use the new overpass given the speed of the rebuild,
yeah, I won't get on there at first, I don't think. I don't know. I don't trust it yet.
many businesses and commuters are welcoming any relief on the road.
I'm glad, like seriously glad that they actually.
I'm also glad. Anyway, little news bit, you know? We're really warming up early, you know? We're slowly sliding into it, okay? This is called politics foreplay. It's very important, though. Very, very important. Why don't we just use Naruto episodes for filler? Bro, we're not running out of One Piece filler anytime soon. Oh, is that Artemy? Is that his tail whipping around? That's what he's doing down there. Hey, Artemy! Nope, not taking the bait. Artemy. Little baby. He's watching. He's interested in politics. Pick him up. Dude, he's heavy. No, politics.